Hi, and thanks for joining us on this video tutorial on how to achieve the perfect blowout at home. Some of the topics we'll be discussing today are tool use, product selection, body positioning, and sectioning. Here you can see Brittany's already gotten a head start on us by shampooing her hair with Curl Interrupted shampoo and Curl Interrupted treatment. Curl Interrupted shampoo and treatment are a smoothing and hydrating system. They contain ingredients such as macadamia nut oil, which has proteins that reinforce and repair the hair, shea butter, which restores moisture to the hair, and maru butter, which hydrates the hair from within but also keeps it from absorbing external humidity, presenting frizz and fuzz. Some of the benefits you'll notice is you're going to have 30% curl drop in just one treatment. Ideal is to allow the shampoo to remain in contact with the hair for 1 to 2 minutes. A best practice is to detangle your hair using a wide tooth comb working from the ends up. You never want to brush wet hair as it can create breakage around the hairline in those little fine hairs because the brush doesn't have the same give that a wide tooth comb does. Make sure that you squeeze out the excess water with a towel. If you're going to use a towel on the surface, simply squeeze as Brittany is doing here rather than rubbing the hair back and forth, creating breakdown in the hair. Squeegee off the excess water towards the ends and then squeeze out the excess with the towel. So here we're going to apply our first product, Active's Hair Infusion. A small pea size put into Brittany's hand. It's going to act like moisturizer before makeup. You would never think to do your makeup without a moisturizer, and that's what Active's is a restorative and reparative hair infusion. Containing ingredients such as maru oil, palm kernel oil, flaxseed, rosehip, and acai oil. The benefits are proven repair damage from within, especially with continued use. Dries hair 40% faster, creating incredible shine and conditioning booster. Work it from the ends on up to the scalp. A best practice is to completely emulsify the product in your hand. Apply it from the ends starting in the back to avoid a heavy, greasy placement of putting product in the very front, especially when you're applying moisturizers. Our second product that we're going to apply is a foundation product, Curl Interrupted Curl Calming Balm. Curl Interrupted Curl Calming Balm contains ingredients such as water-soluble silicones, which are great for smoothing and creating shine and repel humidity in the hair without choking it out, and Dimex, which is moisture from within, nourishes and seals that cuticle layer, preventing that hair from getting frizzy or fuzzy. This allows the hair to move naturally without looking like the product has been applied, touchable with absolutely no weight whatsoever. Stretch this through the hair, give it a good comb through from the mid-lengths all the way out to the ends, and then take the excess and work the excess from your fingers right at the scalp, such as what you see Brittany doing here. The last product that Brittany is going to apply is a foundation product, Vibracolor Versafix Spray Gel. Notice as she applies this, the way that she applies it throughout the hair. This is the piece that gives the hold and the support to the whole style. Part the hair and make sure and apply from the scalp all the way out to the ends. We really want to focus right at that scalp with very little bit of the product finding its way out to the ends. So part the hair, apply, and apply. Vibracolor Versafix Fade Prevent Spray Gel has some unique properties. It contains water-soluble polymers that completely encase the hair fiber for strong hold yet very touchable and humidity resistant. A triplex sunscreen, which is antioxidants that give full spectrum sun damage prevention. Broccoli seed oil, which is the new standard in natural shine, gloss, and antioxidation and color protection. It is 100% alcohol free, so no drying effects. It has a spray pattern that's amazing to the hair and spreads wonderfully. You can use it on damp or dry. Use more if you want to create a little bit more hold, or use a little bit if you want to create a light hold. So here you can see Brittany's sectioned out her bang or fringe section, and she's going to start there as this is the shortest hair and the hair that you're going to see first. In order to get that deep sweeping hair effect, you can see that she uses the airflow to push the hair down and move it from side to side, and going to pin it in place. Keep in mind, once you dry hair is soft, or hot hair is soft, and cooled off hair sets in the shape that it's going to be in. So you'll notice that Brittany blow dries these down, and then she's going to take a bobby pin and place them off to the side and hold them there while she blow dries the rest of the shape. Once the bangs or fringe have been pinned to the side, the rough drying can begin. This is where we want to remove up to 75% of the moisture of the hair, but have a plan on how you want to do it, and make sure that you do it with a purpose in order not to create fuzz. Here you're going to see Brittany's using the boar bristle oval brush by Bricado. The advantage to this Bricado oval boar bristle brush is that it contains both a vented paddle side, which allows hair to dry faster with the airflow, and a boar bristle side, which is phenomenal for creating tension when you're trying to create shine and polish. Two brushes in one. It's an oval that creates a soft bend rather than that curve of a round brush. And you're going to notice the boar bristle side is great when you want to create tension on those stretched out, blown out shapes where you're stretching out curl. And here you can see Brittany just following the head shape using the vented side of the oval brush and creating a lot of airflow all the way from the scalp all the way to the ends. A best practice is to use the nozzle parallel to the hair strand growth direction from scalp to end. Let the air push the hair. Pre-dry with a purpose, following the head shape. Follow from scalp to tip to avoid frizz. Pre-dry to about 75% and do not over dry. Always want to leave a little bit of moisture in the hair. You can see here, Brittany's going to begin to divide this hair out and make it easier for her to blow dry the hair and create a section. Best practices are to divide and conquer. Pre-section the hair into sections that are no longer and no wider than the brush. Work from the bottom up, keeping the work away from you, and do not move on until the hair is dry. It's much easier, rather than trying to attack the whole head, to do it in small sections. You can see Brittany here is parting off the crown. Then she'll continue to part off a small section that's about the width of the brush, but no deeper than the brush, in the next section. And pin that out of the way. Really investing in some phenomenal clips that are able to hold your hair are really going to make this process so much easier if you do the pre-work beforehand. And then she'll continue doing that down the back of the head. Now the real work of the blow dry begins. Using a boar bristle brush and dividing and conquering, Brittany's going to take the small section and work using it, following the air pushing the hair and working down the strand of the hair, letting the air and the brush do the work for her. Notice her body position, how she turns her chin away. We have a tendency to try to look right into the mirror and do this, and we get really tired arms. It's much easier to pull into your chest than it is to pull away from yourself. So notice again that she turns away. Let's speed this up. And then we'll move on to the next section that's just directly above that. Once that's completely dry, we'll move on to the next section. Now, vitally important, here's where we divide and conquer. She's going to split this in two, so she has a left-hand side of her head and a right-hand side. Clip that away so that we don't work with it and we don't become overwhelmed by our work. And then on the right-hand side, she's going to break that one in two. Rather than working with one big panel, you want to break that in two. That's as much as your hair can hold there in her hand. Divide that out, and she's simply going to blow dry that section, following the same pattern that she did before, working up the head. Again, turning the body, turning the chin so that she has access to her arms rather than trying to look right into the mirror. And following the hair all the way down nice and evenly all the way through. Keeping the brush moving at all times. Best practice is, once the section is completely dry, to cool shot the hair in the direction of the hair growth to eliminate frizz and solidify the shape. You'll also notice as Brittany goes through each section that she's marrying the sections together to create a complete shape, just taking the ends once they're dry and warming them up and cooling them off together as one big section. Here you can see she's just working through the crown of the head, just creating lift and pulling towards her chest rather than trying to pull back. You can see pull towards, and blow dries and drops back, making it much easier. She tilts her chin down and then drops back. Here you can see the finished shape. Isn't she gorgeous?